Thank you guys out there. Marcel's Wiley, Emmanuel Acho. Oh, let's go under center. Or maybe in the shotgun where the 5 first-round quarterbacks, rookies, all of them, taking snaps in camp with their new teams. We talking about Trevor Lawrence, we talking about Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and who? Mac Jones. They all may start at some point this season, but the expectations may be the highest on Lawrence, the #1 overall pick. Jags head coach and the homie Urban Meyer says Lawrence has, quote, looked great so far in limited reps. Bucky Brooks is back with us, but Acho, which rookie quarterback is most likely to lead their team to the playoffs this season?
I think based on the question, only one can lead their team to the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars not going to the playoffs. Zach Wilson not going to the playoffs. Last year with the Nick Foles, Mitch Trubisky experiment. If you can make the playoffs as the Chicago Bears with quarterback turmoil, you surely can make the playoffs with inarguably the most talented quarterback that the Bears have seen in at least the last 20 years or so. So I think Justin Fields is truly the only quarterback who will lead his team to the playoffs, the operative word there being lead.
Oh, no, look, I like that take because I believe Justin Fields is going to be there. But when he gets to the playoffs, you're going to see another guy. That guy's going to be Trey Lance because it's only a matter of time. The clock is ticking on Jimmy Garoppolo's tenure with the 49ers. They've said it. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have come on record and said, when Trey Lance is ready to play, we will know it, and he will play. They're not saying that Jimmy Garoppolo dictates when Trey Lance gets on the field. They're saying when Trey Lance is ready to play, he will get his chance to get on the field. And so we don't know when that's going to happen. Is that going to happen coming out of preseason? Is that going to happen in the middle of the season? But the one thing that we do know, it is going to happen. I'm banking that it happens this year because remember, the guy that he is backing up right now, Jimmy Garoppolo, has proven that he has a tough time staying available. I heard you guys talk about the #1 quality that coaches look for. You guys said ability. I would say availability. And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he's not available. So in some time this season, we're going to see Trey Lance get that job, and when he gets it, he won't give it back.
It's ability because I don't give a damn how available you are. If you're sorry, you ain't getting on my team if you're a coach. So ability, availability, reliability. But I love what you said, Bucky, but I love what Acho said even more. It's Justin Fields. Just by the matter of deduction right there, by default, it's going to be Justin Fields. He has the best chance of starting, and he has the best chance in terms of what he has around him in terms of resources. I love the San Francisco 49ers, but you guys have a collective health issue that you must address. I know that the scapegoat was looking at Jimmy GQ and his injuries and saying, we're going to put it all on you. But everybody was hurt on that team on both sides of the ball last year. Bears got a squad, y'all. Let me remind y'all, they reached the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 seasons. So they got some talent there. Let's talk about that talent, especially on the offensive side. David Montgomery, who's he?
Baller.
Baller. 5th in NFL rushing yards last season. Tariq Cohen, beast. Damian Williams, Allen Robinson, 4th in NFL with 200 catches last 2 seasons. Darnell Mooney, Cole K. Y'all know about Cole K. They got boys out there. Justin Fields is going to walk into a perfect situation, not only because all you got to do is be better than Mitchell Trubisky and they're going to love you, but also this chip on his shoulder. The way he was giving all those half hugs to the family when he got drafted because he felt slighted. You know what Chicago and Justin Fields is going to say to each other? They're going to look at each other and say, we can both pull each other up. This fan base that is ready for an opportunity at a starting franchise quarterback level to pull them into the playoffs deep, back to their Super Bowl winning ways, and a quarterback who felt he should go higher than he did. They're going to both pull each other up. It's Justin Fields.
Here's the thing. We already established the who of the rookie quarterbacks going to the playoffs. That's Justin Fields. Now let's establish the why. It's simple. If Aaron Rodgers is not in Green Bay, then Justin Fields most handily and the Chicago Bears win the NFC North. I do not trust the Detroit Lions, and I surely don't trust the Minnesota Vikings and Kirk Cousins. If Aaron Rodgers just does stay in Green Bay and give the Packers the winners of the North, Let's give the Cowboys the winners of the East. Let's make the Buccaneers the winners of the South, and let's make the Seahawks the winners of the West, if you will. That leaves 3 playoff spots remaining. Remember, ain't nobody in the NFC East not division winner making the playoffs. So now you're telling me all Justin Fields has to do and all the Bears have to do is be better than the Lions, check. Be better than the Vikings, they were last year with Mitch Trubisky, check. Be better than the Panthers, check. Be better than the Falcons, check. Okay, give the Saints a spot. Now you just got to be better than the Cardinals. They were last year with Mitch Trubisky, check. So at the end of the day, even if you look at the math of it all, Bucky Brooks, Justin Fields is surely going to find him at least one spot in the playoffs. It might be a 7 seed, but even if they don't win the division, then the other 3 teams I could see being the New Orleans Saints, the Los Angeles Rams, and here you go with the Chicago Bears.
I mean, I like the Bears, but I think all of this comes down to Matt Nagy and what kind of confidence you have in Matt Nagy.
True.
I believe in Justin Fields. I believe Justin Fields is the most talented quarterback that the Bears have had in a long time. I think we may have to go all the way back to Jim McMahon, that time when they've had an elite quarterback that have been able to play the position. But it really isn't about the Bears. Here's why I'm so bullish on the 49ers and Trey Lance. We've seen a 49ers team 2 years ago go to the Super Bowl and have the Kansas City Chiefs dead to right. Had the game in their bag going into the fourth quarter, and they couldn't get it done. When they couldn't get it done then, that's when the expiration date of Jimmy Garoppolo came to fruition, when it came to the mind of Kyle Shanahan. Because Kyle Shanahan looked across the field and saw Pat Mahomes being creative, being innovative, being able to make plays off the cuff. And then he goes back and he looks at Jimmy Garoppolo. He not only looks at how Jimmy Garoppolo played in that Super Bowl when he scoured the game tape, he then had to look at Jimmy Garoppolo for parts of 2020. And he's just not satisfied in what he has. And so we know this because we've seen coaches, we've been around coaches. Coaches love new toys. They love being able to go to the whiteboard and draw up all kinds of new plays for the special player. Trey Lance is the special player. And I just cannot believe that Kyle Shanahan is going to idly sit back and wait for Trey Lance to get into 2022 before he unwraps the toy. This is happening in 2021. And because he's joining a team that has already proven to be a Super Bowl caliber team, this team goes to the playoffs with Trey Lance, number 5, leading the way.
I can't say any more about Justin Fields. Acho went again and killed it. And so I'm not going to go there again. It's Justin Fields. But I'm going to come at you, Bucky, so duck. Let's talk about this. Here's the problem with Jimmy G. And you keep talking about Jimmy G as a focal point to really make a premise for your point about how he's going to lose his job to Trey Lance. Here's the problem with making Jimmy G the scapegoat. It allows you to disguise the symptoms but not address the illness. And the illness with the 49ers is much deeper than just Jimmy G is the scapegoat as one of the symptoms. Jimmy G didn't even miss the most games of all the starters that they count on last year. Let's talk about D Ford missing 15 games. Let's talk about Nick Bosa missing 14 games. Let's talk about Raheem Mostert. How you say it? Mostert? Mustard on the beat, bro. Missing 8 games. Debo Samuel, 9 games. Brandon Ayuk, missing 4 games. George Kittle, 8 games. Hey, a lot of people got to go up there and get sweaty like Moses Malone and grab this rebound season. I'm coming back this year. But y'all keep talking about Jimmy G. And he's the only reason why the 49ers of late has really sniffed success. When Jimmy G's healthy, they in the Super Bowl. When Jimmy G's hurt, they drafted high. So keep talking about Jimmy G. It's just going to be interesting to see if this spreads to other players that also need to answer the bell. Coming up, Steph and LeBron face off tonight in the play-in game. We'll tell